Hey, Happy New Year everybody. This is Gray from Wakasashi's Tea House over in Japan. How you doing? Are you good? Are you genki? Are you recovered? Are you wrecked still? I'm pretty good, thanks. Today I have a review of Batman issue 131. It came out, it's Tuesday, where are we? January the 3rd, 2023. Wow, it still sounds strange saying that, but anyway. Priced at $4.99. For that you get a regular story and you get an 8-page backup story too. More on that later. This is still written by Chip Zdarsky, but it's had a change in the art team. It's got pencils by Mike Hawthorne and inks by Adriano di Bendetto. Wow, what a name. That's quite hard for me to say. This is titled The Batman with a hyphen, The Batman of Gotham, Part 1. And yeah, a little bit disappointing to be honest, especially with the change in the art team. Let me just give you my brief thoughts. So, the tone of the main story, it fell off, like it wasn't sure what it wanted to be. At times it was like a zany comedy with the kind of throwbacks to Adam West Batman, and then other times it was a more serious look into like the multiversal Gotham City with no Batman. Like something's happened to the Batman of this Earth or whatever it is, this area. The art was disappointing too. Like despite some very good fighting scenes, the issue was saved, I think, by the backup story, which is definitely worth reading, especially for fans of Tim Drake's Robin. But anyway, let me briefly show you a little bit of the interior art. Here, check this out. This is the different style. Now, I'm not saying it's terrible, but after getting used to Jorge Jimenez's brilliant failsafe art, this kind of, I don't know, it just stood out as a bit strange. So something a little bit off. I don't know if it was the penciler or the inker, but anyway, enough waffling from me. What I'll do is I'll give a story summary and I'll continue my review showing you some of the art. So please keep watching. Here we go. First off, after Jorge Jimenez's brilliant art during the failsafe story arc, this change in artist and art style is quite jarring. I can't tell if it's the pencils by Hawthorne or Bendetto's inking, but I'm not a big fan of the overall look of the main story. There are some nice panels though, which offer some interesting perspectives. We open with Batman lying bruised and bloody on a cobbled street. His costume's torn and half his face is exposed. A couple steal his utility belt and there's a reference to the drug Venom. Batman regains consciousness and remembers Failsafe blasting him with some kind of energy weapon. Is he in Crime Alley? Maybe not the Crime Alley he remembers. On the next page we meet a mustachioed skeleton wearing a trench coat and smoking a pipe. It introduces itself as Jimbo and tells Batman they fight crime together, biff, bam, pow. It's meant to be Gordon, but not the one Bruce knows so well. Then we get some exposition with Batman telling us his theory of what must have happened to him. It involves terms like multiverse poisoning and decompression sickness. Also, Jimbo appears to be reading Batman's mind because he's replying to what Batman is thinking. It's a strange start to the story. Is Zdarsky trying to out Grant Morrison? The Gotham City in this reality looks similar, but as Bruce thinks, darker, more foreboding. We switch scenes to an apartment block. A tall, Punisher-esque figure with the look of Steven Seagal is going door to door, judging people on their sanity. A maskless Batman grabs him from behind, but the man is strong and stinks of Bane's favourite drug, Venom. Bruce realises this is Harvey Dent, now called Judge Dent. Not Dredd, thankfully. A brutal fight breaks out, and I have to say, I've got used to the art by now, and some of these panels are really good. Great composition and framing of the action, and a cool depiction of jiu-jitsu to boot. Suddenly, Bruce spots Firefly hovering outside the window. He blasts his flamethrower into the apartment and the room erupts in flame. Firefly's an idiot in any universe. Then, from another window, we're greeted with this! Is it a boy or a girl? Come on, surely you can tell by that hairstyle. Holy hangover, Batman! I'm sick of this trend of the half-shaven headed strong female character. Who is behind this? I can't believe it's now in the main Batman book. Is it the writer, the artist, or editorial greenlighting this? Who likes it? Who wants it? Not me. Sort it out, will ya? Okay, mini rant over. So that's my main story summary. Let's move on to the best thing about this comic, the backup story. I never thought I'd hear myself saying that. Despite it being only 8 pages long, it's actually worth buying this book solely for the backup story. It's also written by Chip Zdarsky. This time, the art is by Miguel Mendonca, or it could be Mendonca. And it's a lot better than the main stories are, in my opinion. The Toy Box Part 1 features Tim Drake as Robin and John Kent, son of Superman. John is blaming himself for what happened to Batman. The gun that Failsafe blasted Batman with was put in the Fortress of Solitude by John. Tim doesn't blame him, but he gets angry when John says, "Batman's dead." He's not dead! I don't want to spoil the rest of the story, so I'll end it here. Just let me tell you that we get to see Nightwing in here too. The interaction between Tim and Nightwing is spot on. I think Zdarsky has been writing the Bat family really well, especially Tim Drake. Let's hope it continues. Well, what do you think about that? Okay, I just want to show two variant covers. The first one's by Jason Fabok, which I love. Look at this. I actually got his variant cover for the recent Batman Spawn issue. And the second one is this stunning, really atmospheric, striking cover by Joe Quesada. Love the black and the use of shading on this. Okay, that's it for my review. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. And if you like what I do, please consider subscribing to the channel. I hope to see you in a future video. This is Gray from Wakazashi's Tea House, signing off for the night. Mata ne. Wakazashi's Tea House. Please subscribe.